Well, hello there. Hope you're doing well this week. Susie Kerr-Wright, the Cosmic Cupcake, with your forecast for June 17th through the 23rd. And happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, whether you're a bio dad, a stepdad, or dad to fur kids. Make it a great one. I hope you have a great day. Void of course moons this week. Let's get right into it here. We got a lot to talk about. Tuesday, 11:02 a.m. to 1:34 p.m. the moon will be void, and then it is going to enter into home-centered Cancer. Thursday, 12:48 p.m. to 11:47 p.m. the moon will be void, and then it's going to fly into Jolly Leo. And Saturday at 6:26 p.m. to Sunday at 7:42 a.m. the big long one there, the moon will be void, and then the moon will enter into practical Virgo. So this week we have just a couple of mild aspects, but a couple of things that I did want to elaborate on before we set up for the exact Pluto-Uranus duel next Sunday. So we're already feeling the effects of it. I mean, both planets are at 8 degrees, but it's going to be exact on next Sunday. So hopefully you've already had enough of an indication of the things where you need some adjustments in your life. So there won't be too many jarring shocks next week. But this week, you got kind of a good week to take care of some business. So we start with the new moon in Gemini. New moons are great times to plant the seeds of things you wish to grow, right? So in Gemini, it rules any type of communication. So connecting with folks that can maybe help you find another job if you're looking, or having those talks that bring relationships to new understandings. Whatever you want to bring change to in connections and conversations and broadening your knowledge, this is the week to make it happen. So of course, with Jupiter newly in Gemini, you've got that great energy to to bring all this stuff to happen. However, you do have to watch out for overanalyzing and beating people up with your brilliant ideas. So moderation is always key in anything. So now the sun is going to move into Cancer, ringing in the summer solstice on Wednesday. Yay, summer is arriving. It's the longest day of the year, and this shift always heralds a time where we focus a lot more on home and family. So vacations, cookouts, gatherings of all kinds are going to have great success this week. Actually, it's a good time to do that. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and its glyph is actually the little crab claws. It's not a 69 like some people. Get your minds out of the gutter. Cancers are very patriotic and loyal, and it's no accident that our 4th of July, the most patriotic holiday we have, falls during this time. So they can be great caretakers, but they're not all nurses and nannies, kids. Many Cancers find great success in careers in accounting or banking or anything to do with money. So they're actually the sign. You have no idea how often I hear this. Cancers always, no matter how much money they have in the bank, no matter how secure they are, they think they don't have enough. It's hilarious. Bless their little hearts. But and also here's something too. If you know any Cancers, notice this trait. See if you can pick out the Cancers in your groups of friends and stuff by this. They will sometimes, when they're speaking to you, they'll grab a hold of your arm just with those big crab claws, like they don't want to let you go, So see if you can identify any Cancer friends that you have by that. And not all of them do it, but you can check it out. So this week's new moon and Gemini forecast for you is, starting with Aries, this week you can totally rely on your self-confidence to get you where you want to go. Oh yeah. This week it's like one of those weeks where you just know that you know. So go for it. Not that you wouldn't normally go for it, but I mean, really go for it. So just don't run people over along the way. Aries can do that. Taurus, illuminating your second house of values and valuables. This new moon is going to urge you to think a little differently about any cash outlays for trips or business purchases, or really any kind of purchases. So now you tend to always want the best of the best, and you rightly deserve that, right? But maybe this week you want to think about a less expensive alternative and see how that works for you. Gemini, keep your eyes open this week for an opportunity to teach or guide someone who may be too timid to ask for help. Remember what I said about you last week. You're stepping into this period of time where you're kind of like the wise old sage, or the one that people really look up to. So you may have to reach out to some people and give them a leg up here. Be generous with your knowledge. So Cancer, push through those fears of asking for help, and why not? I mean, you bitch all the time that you have to do stuff your own way anyway. So ask a Gemini to help. Geminis are looking for people to help out this week. Here's the deal. It's a great week too for you to learn how much your passion for a cause can make you a great salesperson. You don't think of yourself as a salesperson normally, but you really can be connected emotionally to something and raise money, for it is any kind of, I was just on the air, WSCA FM, and my old friend Johnny Angel, it's Pledge Week on WSCA, and he was on right before me on the show, and he was just pushing and pushing and pushing for people to, send in your money, support this station. It plays great music. It's one of the only places where new artists can get on the air anymore. It's not corporate radio, so support it. And I thought that was just so perfect. I had written this thing about cancers, really getting in there and pushing to raise money for causes. So that's kind of your theme this week. Leo, perfect week for you to sit down with friends and loved ones and clear the air. Oh boy, you've been waiting for this week forever. Others are going to be finally ready to fill you in on their mysterious behavior. Knowing the truth is going to remove all that tension, and you'll be able to enjoy their company again without the elephant in the room. So, live, love, laugh in your Leo way with your friends and family again. Virgo, crossroads for you right now. Now, you may be up for a raise or promotion. Good things happening. I don't see, a whole lot bad for, Virgos. Of course, this is just sun sign and ascendant astrology, so, depending on your chart. But overall, Virgos are going to be doing pretty well. But the thing is, it may not be exactly everything that you've wanted. So that raise or promotion may not really be what it is you want. So look around and determine, is this where you really want to stay? Because if not, this is a great time for you to jump ship and go find something that's really going to be more satisfying. So either way right now, what you're going to see is that you can clearly see what you're worth, what your value is, and you have the ability to communicate that now. So go for it. Libra, there is a way this week to do it all. Oh, wow. Haven't heard that in a while, huh? But just this week, okay? So let go of that black and white thinking. This is going to require a little bit of, shift in thinking, and move more to the middle ground, though, because really, for example, if you want to take a vacation and work is saying no, that they can't let you go for a whole week. Well, think outside the box. Don't just go, well, I can't go anywhere and I'm never going to go anywhere. Think, well, maybe I can just take a day off a week for the next, month or so, and give yourself, come up with some creative solution to it. Whatever the dilemma is, you're going to be able to find a way to work through it this week. So take advantage of that. Scorpio, pie in the sky ideas are going to be coming to you from all over the place, but you're going to intuitively know which one to get involved with. Creative focus is what's called for. Your 8th house is illuminated right now, which means either yours or a business partner's finances or some sort of, partnership financial transactions are directly involved. So keep the fiery passion for your ideas and things, but don't throw your resources into a money pit. Just watch that. Sagittarius, romance is yours to have this week. Oh boy. Single or attached Sagittarius are going to be feeling the love from just about everyone. Oh, life's a buffet, right? So now I don't want to rain on your parade, but this is, enjoy every bit of it. You deserve it. It's all good and it's all real. But this too shall pass. And so sometimes we get into these periods of time we think they're just going to go forever and ever and ever, and we can just kind of kick back. And you're still going to have some more work to do starting next week. So, but allow this really good feedback to bolster your confidence for, a long time to come. You'll be able to hold on to these compliments and things. So. Capricorn, you've been in the process of creating some new routines, maybe pertaining to health or work or just kind of things around the home that you want to shift and get into more normal kind of, routines, I guess, and that's the only way to say it. But this week you might start to feel a bit discouraged if you haven't seen any progress or you haven't been able to really grasp a hold of those. But guess what? New Moon in Gemini is encouraging you to team up to Gemini with someone who's been doing what you do maybe and get some emotional support to stay on track. So don't give up before the miracle happens. Just get some support. Again, call a Gemini, whatever, because you probably don't like them. They talk too much, right? Aquarius, balance between work and play is your focus now. Reach out to explore the other side. So only you know what you've been doing. Have you been playing too much and being silly and wasting time? Well, then get down to business. If you've been, all work and work and work and work and no play a little. But either way, this week it's about bringing it into balance. You don't have to just do one or the other. Just, combine them both for a nice smooth week, equal amounts of time. And don't overanalyze it, for God's sake. Just do it. Pisces, family may be a drain on your financial or emotional resources this week, but with the new moon in Gemini, yes, we love new moons, you can finally speak your mind. This is a perfect week to say, you know what? I'm not going to loan you any more money, brother. Get a job, set your boundaries, set some healthy boundaries, and that way all of the family gatherings that we'll have coming up over this, this holiday season and everything this summer, cookouts and reunions and all of that will go so much more smoothly for you if you actually just stay where you're at right now. So, and if you're the one bumming the money off of people, do something different, get a job or something, and and you may hear that from them. We're not going to give you any more money, Pisces. So so whatever it is, but just get it out this week. It's a great week to get it out. So to find out how the stars impact you personally in your chart, you want to know how to do this, right? You can run your chart online, or you can come and see a professional astrologer. Oh, me. And you can contact me at astrogirl12.com. Very easy to get a hold of me. My email and Facebook and all that is all right there on that website. Everything you want to know about contacting me. I do all kinds of readings, phone, email, Skype, in person in the Nashville area. Yes. By the way, my hours have changed at stores. I am now only at 2 stores a week, and Mondays at Goddess in the Moon from 2 to 7, and Tuesdays at Center of Symmetry. So I've kind of cut back my hours there and trying to consolidate and find that balance for myself, right? See, I take my advice sometimes. So, Blog Talk Show tonight, Sunday night, 5:30 Central. I will be on the air. So, and that's all I got for you, but that's a lot because it's a long video. Sorry. I will talk to you all next week. Until then, this is the Cosmic Cupcake, Susie Kerr-Wright, wishing you all a sweet and delicious week. Nom nom.